INS, the International News Service, your source for the most important weird news from across the globe. With news analyst Kevin Harrison, actor, comedian, and musician Mike Wiebe, and professional commentator Brian Camp. INS, the news you need.
Do you guys want to hear something gross that I've been thinking about for the past 10 minutes or so?
Well, I don't, but our audience does. So go ahead, Brian.
When I got my coffee cup down for a late jolt of caffeine, as is my wont, I poured coffee in it, and then I drank coffee, and then some of the mold that had grown in my coffee the last time I used this coffee cup had not washed completely out, and it revealed itself in my coffee cup, and I knew immediately what it was. And then I just started thinking about it kind of growing in my mouth, and I don't feel so great. So I don't know.
What I hear is Brian will be tripping on LSD this episode.
I don't think that's how that works, but it's a real gross. It's like if you pick up a drink and then there's something like an oyster in it, and it could be spit. It could be a cigarette butt that's been in there for too long. Goddamn, a glass eye, Mark. You're right.
Not to compete, because I don't know that this is worse than drinking.
I don't know.
This is not competing. But over the weekend, I put my finger in a strange dog's butthole
intentionally.
Yes. Is this your new thing, Mike?
I don't. Maybe now, but I was in a bar. In the afternoon for a South by Southwest thing, and there's this really cute French bulldog came in.
Oh yeah.
And then this bigger dog came in, and the two dogs got wrapped up in each other, and the bigger dog started to murder the French bulldog, and the French bulldog was screaming cries of pain and terror, and everyone was trying to pull these two dogs apart,
right?
And the one dog would not let go, and it was on the dog's neck, but kind of like the top and creeping into the and I heard
this might be a real thing. I'm excited for this.
I heard that while spraying, I didn't have any water to pour on the dog.
Okay.
I heard that if you put your finger inside a dog's rectum, it'll damn near kill them. Or at least it'll at least damn near stop them from fighting.
Okay.
What? So
I decided I was going to try that, and I tried that. And after a good couple minutes, I realized this dog is not letting go of this other dog. And it's starting to make me feel uncomfortable about the decision I'm making.
You're supposed to put it in the butt of
some sort of
dog
connection
that's
in the dog
biting the other dog. Right. Not the one who's getting attacked.
Right. Oh, Michael.
No, I put it in the one.
I want to be clear about that.
In the cute French bulldog's butt. I didn't make my choice out of attraction to dogs.
Well, how far? I think it's INS canon that you have ridiculously long fingers.
Well,
how far did you insert your single digit or multiple digits into?
How many knuckles?
It was a single digit.
How many knuckles in?
And you could see the tip of my finger in the dog's throat.
Welcome to the international.
I was able to pet the French bulldog with the one finger.
Just push the dog away.
The dogs got broke up, and I went to the bathroom, and I washed my finger.
Good idea.
For about good 60, 70, 80 minutes.
Did anyone at any point say, "Sir, why are you putting a finger in this dog's rectum"?
No. They were too focused on the almost dog murder that was happening, and there's blood everywhere too. And
oh my god!
Oh man, bleeding dog. Oof, oof. Well, I read a lot about dog maulings, so you got to be careful.
Does anyone ever stop them by fingering the dog's rectum?
That is not an answer that I've never come across that. Normally, people
Have
realize.
Have y'all ever heard that before? Do you think I'm making this up? Did I mishear this?
I never heard that.
You hit sharks on the nose, right? Sharks on the nose.
True. Yes.
And you put your finger in a dog's ass. That's just country canon.
Welcome to the International News Service. We're your hosts. I'm Kevin Harrison, along with...
I am Brian Camp.
Mark Ryan is leaving, and I am Mike Wiebe.
Bye, Mark.
Goodbye, Markle.
So this week, we've got two news stories. We've just got two news stories.
Yes.
Concentrated
joy.
Concentrated information.
Mm-hmm. Much like orange juice. Mm-hmm. We are the orange juice of the news.
This is like a quality toothpaste, not that bullshit that you get at the grocery store.
Yes.
Wait.
The stuff the dentists hold back for themselves.
Oh, yes. Nice.
AIM, but with an extra color in the three-way of colors.
Aquafresh.
That's not bad. With the crystals?
Our first story comes to us from USA Today.
Once again, reinforcing that we are the international news service with a story from USA Today.
And three guys from Texas talking about a story from Texas.
Well, we should be experts.
This story from when you stayed in a La Quinta Inn on the way out
of Texas?
They have USA Today's for free at the La Quintas.
Nice.
You've stayed.
That's a little inside joke for all my La
Quinta heads.
For all my my quintasos.
Well, that's a perk. It's nice that they would do that.
Perk as in Percocet.
They give you USA Today and a Percocet when you leave La Quinta.
And a moldy apple.
And a moldy coffee.
Over 20 years ago, an alligator egg was stolen from the Animal World and Snake Farm Zoo in New Braunfels, Texas.
The perfect crime.
The crime went in. You're not wrong. The crime went unsolved until earlier this month when game wardens in the next county over were on an unrelated call when they noticed an 8-foot female alligator in a small backyard. The woman who lived there told officials she had been volunteering at the zoo when she stole the egg and walked out with it. By all accounts, the alligator was in good health and, quote, the owner fed it well and it was healthy by everyone's standards. It had just outgrown its habitat, unfortunately. Texas law is pretty strict on the possession of alligators, and the woman's backyard couldn't meet the permit requirements. So officials from the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department sent the alligator back to the Animal World and Snake Farm Zoo. The zoo's director said the woman raised, quote, a nice, happy, healthy alligator, which I don't know what a happy alligator looks like, that just, unfortunately, the law wasn't going to allow her to have. So we're going to take care of it and let her come out and see the gator as often as she would like. The woman received 2 misdemeanor fines for the possession of an alligator. Each carries a penalty of up to $500.
So much for Texas being a fucking, government's hands-off, government-free state.
Welcome to Russia.
She stole the egg.
Yeah, she stole the egg.
She stole it. And
then she hatched it. She sat on it, on a nest, and hatched it, and then raised it.
Why did she admit she stole the egg? Why? How did anybody know?
I mean, at this point, the statute of limitations would have told anyway. So that theft, she's not getting in trouble for. But what's your question?
Why? How do they know that? How do they know she stole that egg?
She said she did. They're just like, why is there an alligator? Tell them
that she stole the egg? She did.
What's she gonna do? Oh, I didn't know there was one back there.
I stole an egg. That's just weird. I don't know why she didn't know. I don't know. Why you even admit? I don't know. It just showed up today.
Are we all picturing a very specific type of Texan who stole this egg?
Yeah.
I'm curious what this person looks like because in my head, she looks a very specific way.
I'm seeing pink sweatpants.
Okay.
And like a nurse's style colorful smock that's tucked into the pink sweatpants.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And curly red ish curled hair.
Oh wow.
And
I saw more like a messy short blonde.
Very white skin.
Yes.
But more like putrid mottled
skin,
kind of like sunken in, like maybe like a corpse, like a cadaver a little bit.
I'm seeing a very odd, she looks like she could work at a Baskin. No, she looks like she could work at a Brahms
for sure. Ketchup burger's the worst.
Yeah.
I don't think people outside of Texas know what Brahms is.
Well, get your shit together, people outside of Texas.
Yeah,
it's like it's the Texas Dairy Queen.
Nah, Dairy Queen is the Texas Dairy Queen. What are you talking about?
This is DQ country.
Yeah, that's what I like about Texas.
I think every state is DQ country.
No, just Texas. Well, no, remember that's Brahms.
What I like about Texas.
Y'all know that. Don't forget that Brahms is half restaurant, half grocery store.
Oh, I forgot about
People
the groceries.
seem to forget the grocery side of Brahms.
You can buy a gallon of milk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can buy eggs.
You can buy eggs.
Alligator eggs.
Right.
I mean, I think so. You could probably buy them at Brahms.
Yeah, you can buy a lot at Brahms.
You can't have them as pets, but if you had them for an omelet.
Scrambled alligator eggs? Y'all ever had scrambled alligator eggs?
Not to my knowledge.
They're don't good.
Think so.
Yeah.
Where did you have those, Mike?
The Comal County Fair.
That's good New Braunfels knowledge you just exhibited. For the listener, New Braunfels is in Comal County, the county seat of which is New Braunfels.
New Braunfels.
Braunfels.
You know, I was afraid saying the name. I realized in reading the story, I'd never said that city out loud before.
But did you almost say Braunfels?
No, I said Braunfels.
Don't do that. There you go.
Yeah,
it's a German community.
I was worried that it would say it slightly wrong because I'd never said it out loud.
A lot of war criminals living in New Braunfels.
That's right. Well, I don't know about that. I shouldn't say that.
Have they?
That's right.
Or have some of them have a little bit of alligator DNA injected into them. Alligators being an animal that can live for hundreds of years.
It's not about 30 to 50,
true.
I believe.
That is true. About 30 to 50, 100.
Is this a super serum, some sort of super soldier serum issue going on where they
after
ship, World War II?
I mean, there's, they'll slip up and you'll be saying goodbye when you're leaving the snake farm out there. And that wasn't a wave goodbye. That was a very straight-armed wave goodbye, if you know what I mean.
You heard it here first, listeners. The snake farm run by Nazis.
Yes. And not Neo.
No.
I'm talking retro.
Right. It's actual World War II Nazis.
World War II veterans.
Mm-hmm.
And SS too, not like
okay.
That's right. No, I in all seriousness, I've been told by at least 3 people that have been there that it's actually a pretty cool place to go.
What is it called? The
Snake Farm.
Yeah, the Animal World and Snake Farm Zoo.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, like it's kind of a fancy, not fancy, but it's a cool little trip.
It is a cool little place. And little known thing about this, it used to be. This is true.
What?
Hoe house.
What did it use?
There was a hoe house on there.
Wow.
Now I don't know if they had a age specific wings.
Did they?
For either?
Do they cater to all comers at this particular house?
I don't know a lot of details about, and it might have just been for lizards. I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah, maybe.
Alligators got real weird dicks.
What? I've never seen an alligator dick. So
you haven't been watching the right movies.
Oh, does it almost look like the top of an Elmer's glue bottle?
What?
No, it's got like a weird it looks like it comes out and then it's got kind of like a star head.
Mike is splitting his abnormally long, large digits in a
normal
blade. Weird hands in a claw.
It's kind of like it looks like a starfish. It looks like someone stuck a starfish on the end of a penis of a phallus. Right? Am I right, Kevin? Are you looking them up?
No, I'm not. I'm afraid to look. I'm afraid I'll be on some kind of list if I look this up.
Well, yeah,
bedroom just plastered.
Hold on, I'll look. Let me.
They have a picture of Hillary Clinton on there.
Don't
alligator penis.
Do they look like they look like crocodile dicks too, or is that a good way to tell them apart?
Yeah, crocodile dicks have hairs on the bottom, and alligator dicks have hairs on the top.
So they're mammals? I don't.
Let me tell you,
this is exciting for the listener. We are looking at images.
Looking at animal dick.
Look at that. There's a dead. Is he dead or is he just so fucking engorged?
He's just really proud.
What's up with the alligator penis light that I'm seeing on the screen right now?
It looks like a salamander.
Yeah,
it looks like a.
Yeah, it does.
Oh yeah. Okay.
It looks like he's got a salamander crawling out of him.
Well, and they've got armored skin with their scales and stuff. They make excellent bags. And so it seems like it's that particular protuberance might hide within the scales and then become engorged and exposed upon arousal by a lady alligator wearing sexy lipstick.
Well, this is,
a wig.
This was a lady alligator they sent to the new zoo. All the boy alligators are probably like, oh, what's happening over here?
Who's the new girl?
She seems happy and healthy.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Right.
Now, let me ask you guys this. Are alligators able to butt fuck?
No, because they have a cloaca.
No, they don't. That's just birds.
Is this the biggest full circle we've ever had? Is this the ultimate callback?
Man, that's
crazy. It's been a long time since we've talked about cloacas.
You guys, my America.
You guys ready for our next story?
Absolutely.
Yes. I think Brian will enjoy this story.
Oh, that's a promise that I hope isn't broken.
Which leads me to believe that I will despise it.
This story comes to us from New Scientist.
Oh, God damn it! This is you. You're a dick, Kevin. Go ahead. Here we go.
For years, scientists have been doing an experiment where they see how long it takes artificial intelligence to teach itself to play Atari 2600 games. They use Atari 2600 games because they have simple controls and rules, but gameplay becomes much more complex each time you complete a level. Now, it's important to note here that as intelligent as these AI models are, it takes huge amounts of time and data for them to actually learn something as complex as a video game. So while humans can figure out something like Pac-Man almost instantaneously, it takes AI years to master these games until now. Researchers at Carnegie Mellon University have attempted a new method to teach AI how to play video games.
Back to school.
What's that?
Yeah, Back to School. That's named after the lead character in Back to School. Yeah.
Oh, wow. You mean Rodney Dangerfield?
Dangerfield's
Mellon.
Yeah.
Mr. Mellon, yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. He owns some Fat and Tall stores, right?
Yeah, he did.
Right.
He's an excellent diver.
A really good diver. One of the few people that can do the triple Lindy.
His son was that guy who had this inexplicable run of about 3 years of being in a lot of things. And every time you saw him, you wondered, why is he in a movie?
Right? That actor's name?
Yeah.
Keith Gordon.
Yep.
Look at that. Well, am I right?
Later went on to direct movies.
Midnight Clear
based off the Kurt Vonnegut book.
He directed a lot of episodes, I think, of Dexter. Let's see here. Researchers at Carnegie Mellon have attempted a new method to teach AI how to play video games. Even though I just gave it away, they let the AI read the manual first. So this approach allowed an AI to learn the Atari 2600 game called Skiing in just a few hours, which is 6,000 times faster than in previous experiments.
When all else fails, read the instructions.
One researcher said, quote, "We have been conducting experiments on other more complicated games like Minecraft and have seen promising results. The article said they hope the research will teach AIs to drive cars and robots to use household appliances."
Kevin, let me ask you this. At any point in the article, was there any mention or a citing to the amount of money spent on this experiment, this multi-year experiment of AI learning to play Pac-Man?
Well, an Atari costs about $100. Sure. The Skiing cartridge with the manual, mind you, is probably another 25 or 30. Sure. So at least $130.
Right. Well, how much did the researchers make, though? Observing and monitoring and tracking and cataloging all this very crucial data about how an outdated AI learned to play Pac-Man.
No, skiing. But also, you got to have your control group. So some of them are getting paid to sit there and ski Atari 2600 style.
They ever play Elden Ring?
No.
Because there's actually not a manual on that. You're like, what the fuck am I doing? And there's just like they're just like, I'm an old blind guy. Go figure your shit out.
You got to listen to old One Eye. What's her name?
There's a girl. She's name's Ranny. She's gonna.
Ranny.
She comes up when you're chilling. You're chilling out at a fire all by yourself. She shows up and you're like, oh man, we gonna fuck? And no, she just tells you a stupid story and runs off.
Wow.
I would love to read your novelization of Elden Ring.
Man, that game is crazy. Have you ever looked at people talking about the lore and figuring out the lore for Elden Ring?
Oh yeah.
It's so crazy, and people have figured out everything about it, and I don't know how or where they got most of that information, but the just weird stuff of the giant's left calf is on fire more than the right because the ancient scrolls that they mention is I don't know if that's true.
There's stuff like that on Resident Evil. Some guy wrote a 5,000 page explanation of how all the Resident Evil games are interconnected and why.
That'd be interesting to read.
You read it and report back to us, Brian.
I like I'm trying to think which ones I liked. 4 was good, and then I think the most recent one's pretty good too.
Okay.
They made a remake of 4 that there's a demo out for now, and it's fucking hard. It's really, really hard. You're killing villagers and shit.
Oh yeah, that's 4.
Oh, is that the one that's on the VR?
That's Village.
Is that VR Resident Evil?
Resident Evil. Okay. Resident Evil Village.
I don't want to get that.
I'll tell you the Resident Evil is around here. My HOA. Get out of my...
Slow down, Mike. You never know who's listening to this. You never know.
Oh, seriously, fuck them. No, I don't have an HOA, and I'm happy about that. I was taking my dog to walk at my old house area. I'd never seen the person that was constantly complaining about my having weeds in the grass or whatever. And I'll do the lawn when I get to the lawn, all right, Cheryl? There's not a car up on blocks or anything. It's a yard, okay?
Yeah.
Who spends I'm sorry, I don't spend time looking at everyone else's lawn and going it's too hard for me to look at that when I'm going to work at Staples or the office store, Office Max.
Office Depot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Or Home Depot.
Maybe Lowe's.
Or Lowe's. Or
Ace?
Depot City.
Yeah.
Depot City.
Depot City.
All those people working at Depot City.
Or the Pot Depot. Or as they say in France, Depot. But I don't...
Oh.
Mike.
No, stop it. No. This is your fault.
That cannot.
This is both of y'all's fault.
That shall not pass, sir. That is.
So anyway, I'm walking
good.
my dog, and I go get in my car, and I'm about to go back.
Right.
I'm sitting there, and she's doing some kind of planning. There's this little field area in the middle of the suburbs back where I used to live. And she's planting these like trees, these little trees, and there's some beleaguered man that's with her that just looks sad. And that's how I could tell he was with her, like sexually. And so I'm parked, and I turn on my car because it was kind of hot. I'm letting the air conditioning rush in, and I'm deciding which podcast I'm going to listen to. And she comes over and she goes, does the little roll down your window thing. And I roll down the window. She's like, yeah. And like, she does this in a comical version of a Karen. This is what an SNL sketch comedy, like this, we're making fun of shitty white women kind of way, but this is really
no one's really this bad, except
no one really says yeah, okay. But I swear to God, she's like, yeah, okay, I guess because you're parked here, you don't live around here. And also I would have seen you, which, bitch, you didn't see me. I lived here for fucking 6 or 7 years. And I'd never seen you. And then she's like, I'm the head of the HOA here. So I think I would have seen you. So I maybe just don't park here with your car running, because I don't need the, and she like waved her hands, the fumes. And like, I'm so far away from where she is. There's no fumes that are getting on her at all. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I was like, you're the head of the HOA? And she's like, yeah. And another thing, I really wish you wouldn't bring your dog around here if you don't live here. But if you were, I do so hope that you would pick up the dog's waste with a trash thing or whatever. And I started laughing because she was so like fucking so caricature-ish. She was just a cartoon of a shitty white lady. And I just started laughing, and I just go, ma'am, you are delightful. And she just like, I know the middle fingers have already come up, but she all of a sudden from like below where, because she was kind of leaning down, I just see her hand come up from below the window with her middle finger. She just gave me the most angry middle finger, and I just cackled like a giggling little school marm.
So I don't want to. This is crazy, but this is the best lead in ever to next week's episode. Wow. We didn't plan it this way, but there is a middle finger in next week's episode.
Stand by, listeners.
Stand by.
That's right.
Stand down and stand by.
Damn it. That is.
Oh no.
God damn it. He yeah, he did, didn't he? God damn it.
Yeah.
What, fix the country?
No. Didn't he call for more protests if he gets arrested or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think
he called for more protests tomorrow, specifically.
Yeah. Let's a good who's an asshole test. Let's see who shows up.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What were we talking about?
Well, that wraps up another week in the International News Service. Find us across social media at International News Pod. Email us at internationalnewspod@gmail.com. Check out the INS merch store at Redbubble and our Patreon. And don't forget to check out our subreddit at r/INSpod. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, we will. I think we will see you next week.
Mike, you're a delight.
Thank you for listening to the International News Service. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast. INS, the news you need.